Happy Monday, it's Eric Plattenberg. So the Abundant Living in Action program is a year-long curriculum that graduates of Abundant Living often participate in. And last week we had a teleconference and we were talking about how do you engage in your purpose? How do you really figure out what you're meant to do? And what is your gift and how do you share it? And from that, a follow-up came that I wanted to discuss with you today because I think it's very relevant to a lot of people. The email of the question was, how do you reclaim your self-worth and direction after it's been lost or temporarily lost to traumas or difficult life circumstances and get back to feeling valuable again within yourself and then to society? And this is a really good question because people do have adversity. I'm imagining that you either have or have had or will have adversity in your life. And there's a couple of things that have been very supportive to me that I've been taught over the years that I think are really relevant into this topic. And the first one is to be present, to land in this present moment. And I mean physically, mentally, emotionally. Bring yourself to the here and now. Allow yourself to anchor to your breath, feel your body, and really find this moment. The problems that people have with self-worth or with lack of passion or with anxiety, they all stem from an image of the past or a projection of the future. You've never really been anxious in this moment. You've never lost your self-worth in this moment. It's always a memory of something that happened, a conversation, a trauma, a failure, or it's a worry about something that's going to happen in the future. So for starters, create a practice and a daily practice to bring yourself to the present moment at least some of the time. And I'm not saying that you have to live there always. I certainly don't. But if you can be anchoring to this moment at least once or twice a day, if not more, then what that does is it starts to calm you and it allows your mind to know that there's a reality that is stronger, more peaceful and centered than the stress of the past or the worry of the future. Number two is to notice the contribution that everybody makes. Now, here I didn't say to think about or to realize, because if you are philosophizing or just in your mind about how, well, we all have a role to play and we're all, valuable members of a contributing society, that's all well and good, and I believe that too. But it's much more powerful than to think about it, to actually notice it. To go throughout your day, and whether you keep a journal on it, whether you make a checklist, and you notice the kindness that somebody performed for you at the grocery store and how important that was to you. Whether it be a customer that opened up the door or helped you when something fell, or somebody that was bagging your groceries, or when you're in your life and somebody in your family just takes a little bit of time, or a friend just goes out of their way to support and to help you. So many people think that their passions and the things that are really going to light them up in life have to do with these glorious moments where you're on the stage of life, whatever that is, and winning in a big way. You're making this contribution that everybody is looking at. And in reality, it's not like that. It's little things that are adding up. And when you're taking the time in your day to notice them in children, notice them in the senior population, notice them in all walks of life, what happens is you start to notice them in yourself, and you start to have a deeper understanding that it's really little things that are going to make a huge impact in how you feel about yourself and in the momentum that you create. And then the third one really piggybacks with that, and that is to feel, again, not just think about and not even just notice, feel the power of the small impacts that you have. So often people are depressed, they're confused, they're anxious because they haven't gotten their third promotion, or they haven't made a big impact in their community or church, or they haven't done these big grandiose things. They didn't complete the Ironman, or there's all these things that are wrapping around in their mind that they haven't done. See, the thing is that no great feat, no mountain has ever been climbed in one grand swoop. The way that it works is that they're tiny steps. There's little pieces of progress that are building upon themselves, and over weeks, months, years, whatever the case may be. That's what creates companies. That's what builds relationships. That's what keeps a body strong. And if you're not noticing those little things, noticing the feeling that you have when you do something small, then you're missing the bigger game of what really creates momentum. So starting today, take inventory of all of your little wins. When you eat some healthy food, notice how your body feels. And then when you're eating junk food, notice how your body feels. When you take the time to really listen to someone, again, in your body, notice how it feels. When you take the time to write a kind email or to do something for someone else, all of these things create momentum. So to summarize, be present, land on the present moment. That'll help you to reconnect with what's here and now, not the problems of the past or the anxiety of the future. And then really throughout your day, notice how the little things that other people do make a big difference in the world. And then lastly, feel it in yourself. Any questions about that, let me know. Have an amazing week.